Hey, welcome back to the Roundtable Talk. I am your host, C Money, and we are at part 2 here at Secret Woods Nature Center here in the Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Dania Beach area off of State Road 84 and I-595 and the I-95 here. In part 1, we did a walkthrough of majority of the park, and we showed you what all the park has to offer. We started from the entrance of the park on State Road 84, and we ended up back here at the river section, and now we're going to continue the rest of here, and we're almost back to the beginning of the park, to the front of the park. But if you have any, if you've ever been to this park and you have any memories, or if you have anything that you want to share about this park, email us, roundtable00@yahoo.com. Don't forget to comment at the bottom of this page. I don't think this is a park where you can host a party and have like birthday party or something where they have a pavilion with barbecue grills and stuff like that or whatever. I know this is mainly like a nature park, but it's more advanced than other nature parks, like especially something like Lakeside and other parks, And like I said, this is an actual nature park. Shady Grove area. I don't know if this is the area I came in off of, but we're gonna walk this area. No, I don't think this is the area I came off of. But there might be more area. In part 1, I said it would take you roughly maybe around 45 minutes. That might have to change because now I'm seeing more areas to walk on, and I thought that I could do this whole park within one take, but apparently not. So sea cows, which is backwards, and this talks about behavior and diet range and things like that. Like I said, a lot of these areas here is water. That's why you are walking towards a bridge, because when it rains and it's heavy rain and like it rains for days, a lot of this area can be a flooded area. That's why it looks like this, because this is how rain looks when it dries up from being flooded and things like that. And we did see a little bit of water in a certain area in the first part, and also for a bridge, gray squirrel. I'm just being aware of snakes and raccoons. I told you in the first episode, and I told you before, I had an incident at Grinnell's Park where I had an incident with a raccoon, and I've seen snakes. I've seen a black snake at Lakeside, and they may be harmless, but you just want to be careful. And this is a nice little area. This is an area you can sit down and have your feet right here, or like this is like a little theater area where you can have if you have somebody if you're a tour guide and you have everybody sitting here and you have a conversation with them. Here is the road area leading back to the front area. Now, I know we're not going to spend a whole 30 minutes on this part 2 because we're getting close to the end of here, so I know we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on here, but we are going to be I'm not going to. Oh yeah, this is the area I actually came in on. Okay, this is what I came in on, because this is the start, I believe, of the trail. And this is mainly woods, like, and I can see it here. This is where the field trips they students that come out here for field trips and stuff. Pedestrians keep left. They have field trips and stuff like that. They sit out here and they, the L'Oreal Oak Trail is this way. The New River Trail is that way where we was coming from. Oh, let me make sure that this is now, because I see a spider web, and I want to make sure that spider web doesn't do it out. Pedestrians keep right. This is area closed for remodel, do not enter. So this is probably an area. Welcome to Secret Woods. Enter here. A nature center is for public learning and appreciation. Binoculars, cameras, field guides, welcome, pets, picnics, sports, intoxicants prohibited. Boardwalk, sleeping room, wet, foot traffic only, pets prohibited. So let's see what this is all about. This is probably where we ended up somewhere on down the line. Pollinative path. So what the heck is a pollinative path? So I guess we was over here. Was we over here? Oh. Let's look at the pollinative path. Oh, there's a ladybird crossing. Oh, I never did this one. Oh, this is interesting. Corky steamed passion vine. Okay. Ancient relationships. Okay, this is obviously an area I haven't did. Y'all gotta give me a minute. I need some hydration. Okay. Okay. Now. Oh, this is just a wraparound trail. Nothing biggie. See, my girl is an art enthusiast. I'm a nature art enthusiast, and art comes in different forms, and I tell this to a lot of people. Art comes in different forms. It's music, it's paintings, it's imagination, it's nature, because nature to me is a form of art. It's a form of art where, you see different things, these trees and stuff like that is a form of art. And a lot of people, red maple, doesn't realize that art comes in different forms. It's not just paintings and sculptures, it's real live, real life. You got art, you got sculptures, you got paintings, you got music. Music is a form of art. Nature is a form of art. It may not be the art that we are used to, but it's a form of art that we are not used to. So let's do this here. We're gonna do a little bit of walkthrough. This is the area that we saw on the other side that was closed off. So this probably is the area that leads you to the parking lot from where we was. So we're gonna take a walk through here. And I'm amazed at a lot of these little boardwalks. They don't have here. These boardwalks doesn't have like little fences to hold up. Like you're walking, literally, you can fall in any of these areas. Yeah, this is where we ended up at in part 1, and it was telling us that this is the way to the parking lot. So we are not going back. So, cause see, you can walk here and then you could just easily jump into the woods, but I don't recommend it because you have a lot of spiders out here. And these spiders, like I said in part 1, they are not the type of spiders you will want to find in your home. These are not the everyday spiders you see that be crawling up in your home, or like that be building spider webs and like your areas and stuff like that. These are I want to say endangered spiders, but these are spiders that you don't see every day. You see them little small spiders, and they be creating spider webs, and you can kill them with one little tack and stuff like that. These are spiders that got orange and yellow and different colored, legs and stuff like that and all that. and things like that. So yeah, this is one. I think this is the main entrance to Secret Wars. I think the other entrance was an entrance that I wasn't really fond to. So let's go over here to this area. We're gonna go hang out in the front where you can chill at under the tarp. They have it where don't park here, you can't go through here. Oh, this is the entrance. Additional parking is that way, and welcome park information and restrooms. So now we're gonna go sit over here. So I sit here. I think, yeah, it'll be my best option to sit right here. So do not feed or approach raccoons. Okay, do not feed or approach raccoons. If you observe wildlife approaching you, please leave the area and notify park staff immediately. Wait, let me do this. Do not feed or approach raccoons. If you observe wildlife approaching you, please leave the area and notify park staff immediately for evaluation of behavior. Thank you for your assistance. That means that this is an area where the raccoons and other, park wildlife, they come over here because they see people, and then they come over here and they like to bother people. Because, raccoons, they like, a lot of people like to feed the raccoons, and they come out and feed them, and then they be like, oh yeah, look, the raccoon, I'm coming to feed you. And then it comes down to where, like, oh yeah, a lot of the raccoons get fed. I'm looking for, a lot of the raccoons, they like, I told you I had an incident at Gwendol's Park. Excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to get one of my things out. I had an incident at Gwendol's with one of the raccoons, and it led to a very highly incident, and I was, I'm wiping off my face with my rag, with my sweat rag. I'm gonna sit here for a second before I head back out. But yeah, I had an incident with a raccoon, and it led to, I ended up losing my snacks and things like that. And I was like, oh man. And it became a very bad situation. And this is the play area for the kids. Kind of like a playground. So they tell you to leave the area. So I'm observing, because the fact that they have this sitting here, and this might be a high density area for raccoons. I'm like, yeah. So I'm guessing this area was a parking area, but Broward County did not have an actual office for this park. So they had to have a person that they had to build their own office by having portable restrooms and a portable office here, so they can have a park official on the spot. Because even though field trips, they will have to go online to request a field trip for like schools to come out here and stuff like that. Because I know schools have field trips and things like that, and the kids come out here to nature centers and stuff. I did it one time at a place called Crandon Park. I don't know if I did an episode there, but we did a field trip there, and we went to a science lab there at Crandon Park, and they had it where we was in the water looking for, like things in the water, like, sea life and stuff like that. And it was interesting. And we was in the marine lab and all of that and things like that. So it got it was interesting. And a lot of these nature centers, you got people that come out to nature centers. You've seen a few of them in part 1 and in part 2 this episode. And also you see These are phones for school kids, school field trips and stuff. So I guess we are win a free annual parks passport. Oh, um, let me actually see what that's all about. You can win an annual parks passport. Complete a park survey and enter to win an annual parks passport. But most of the parks here are actually free because this is a free park. So, things like that. But okay. We are at excuse me, y'all. We are at Secret Woods Nature Center here in Fort Lauderdale. It is right off of State Road 84, just west of I-95, north of I-595. It is literally minutes away from, less than 2 minutes away from I-95 and also I-595. So, you're minutes away. As soon as you get off of 95 going north or south, you head west on State Road 84 and about a minute until you're right there at Secret Woods. Ta-da! So yeah, there's hotels in the area, because we are minutes away as well from the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport as well. So, if you want to come out and you want to enjoy, some nature scenes and you in the area and you want to, enjoy the natural wildlife of things, you come out here into Secret Woods Nature Center and you enjoy it. I must admit, bring your hydration system because it does get hot out here and it is in the 80s, probably in the 90s today. So honestly, make sure that you have your hydration system. Make sure you have your coolant. This is the fan I was telling y'all about. This is clipped onto me. This is the fan that I have. You clip it onto your belt and you put it under your shirt and it gives you cooling. Like there's several of them. I got this one off of Amazon, but there's several others where you can go. There's a park ranger that's over there backing up his car, and there's one that I have that goes over your shoulder, that goes over your neck, like a neck rest AC. So it's that as well. So this is it. We are here at Secret Woods Nature Center. If you want to check it out, come check it out yourself. Like I said, it's off of State Road 84 and I-95 west of about 2 minutes west of I-95. It's on State Road 84. I don't know the exact address, can't tell you that. It's one of the more interesting Broward nature centers. But if you want to check out more nature centers, if you have nature centers in your own area, I recommend not only do you check out area, if you're here visiting, to check out these nature centers, but also check out the nature centers in your area. I know a lot of you may not be into nature, you may not be into wildlife like I am, but it is relaxing, it is calming, it does give you a sensation to see butterflies and things like that. I did do an episode, I believe, at Butterfly World, and which is another place here in Fort Lauderdale, and it is nice. You come out to these places, it relaxes you, it calms you. It may be hot, so you bring out your hydration system, whatever you can to help keep you cool and things like that. Come on out, this is a great thing. And even a lot of these parks that is not performing, like I said, there's several parks like Mills Pond, Grinnell's Park, Snyder. There's a lot of these parks that have nature trails that is not considered a nature park. This is considered a nature park. Secret Woods, Lakeside. You have several other parks that is considered nature parks, and their theme is basically off of nature. But even if you have a park that's just a regular park that does have nature trails, go check it. And you might find, you might be interested, it might be relaxing, have a good time, have things. So check it out. So don't be afraid to check out these nature trails and these nature parks and things like that. So yeah, if you've ever been to this park, or if you want to share stories about the parks in your area. Comment at the bottom of this page. You can also email me roundtable00@yahoo.com. Don't forget to check out part 1 of this episode where we start from the very beginning, because this part 2 was halfway through and we done saw mostly all of the park in part 1. And I told you this park, it'll take you roughly, if you're walking the way I walk, because I do walk fast, it'll probably take you roughly around 45 minutes to review this whole park in certain areas. Maybe more, maybe less, but I would give it 45 minutes. I'm gonna go hang out at Snyder Park after this, and then for an hour or two, because I like Snyder Park, and I'm gonna be doing another episode there. Not the episode of the park, but I'm gonna probably be talking about some things in the park there, relaxation and stuff. But this is it, Snyder, Secret Woods Nature Center here in the Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Dania Beach area. As always, stay blessed, stay safe, stay hydrated. I'm finna go fill my water up with this little water machine. And I will see you in the next episode. Take care.